running in front of the whirlwind. That's what it felt like. Driving through driving rain, in blindness, the blackest night I'd ever known. Me in my Mercedes, doing more than a ton on the M1, feeling like St. John of the Cross on a bad one. The night my marriage hit the rocks, and all the words we'd tried to say to patch it up came apart and fell away, and we knew that we were just trying to paste the wallpaper back on the walls of a toppling house. The house I'd just lost to her as it goes, much to my cost. Far too far from friends to talk to, and anyway, what friends? The chaps at work weren't accustomed to hearing more than buy and sell, outstanding gain and clear profit from me. What ear would want to hear my new-fangled, tangled jabber of bitterness and shame? Better to run down the motorway and finish it there than to drag it out. I could have just crashed into a wall with my foot on the floor, but I thought, better not. Just another bloody mess of angry graffiti for the authorities to scrape off. So I drove full tilt until the road ran out at the cliff top, where my wheels slid on slick grass a few feet off from the sickening drop. At dawn, my head in my hands, I shivered and sobbed, then dropped into gear, held my breath, stamped on the gas, and stopped. The wheels bombing round at high pitch, but no skid and race, no tumble into the spinning cold and crash and aching space. Jesus, what the... Flung open the door, caught into a wind-spitting ice shards in my eye. I booted the side panel of the car like a metal drum, fell onto my face next to warm rubber and the deep mechanical aftershave of diesel. And there, underneath, like a marbled steeple rising up from the grass, a spear of rock pressed against the sternum of the front axle, as if to say, this far and no further. I cursed, raged. That's not going to stop me, fate, God, whatever you are. I'm my own man, and it's my life, my life. I'll do with it what I want, and what I want is to finish it. I've had enough. I'll walk. I'll crawl out of here if I have to. There I was, crying, dribbling, shouting in despair. And then I thought I saw myself from high above there. Just little old, messed up old me, beside the rolling waves and lightning in the distance across the lightening sea. And the rock that had skewered the car then seemed to speak and said, 10,000 years in this position I've been, in all weathers, seen day trippers, lovers, warriors, children, old dears, and those worse off even than you have stood on me. Desperate with passion, alcohol or rage, they ran from here into the drink. And I've seen clipper ships freighted with innocent and adventurous souls dashed and spilt in the crushing waves below. Older than your furthest forebear. Before the birth of the very first city, I was here, always the same, though hidden by snow or smoke of war, just as strong, just as much rock I am, through unremembered yesterdays and today, until just now when you came this way. You, my first captive admirer. Thanks for stopping by. Well, then I just had to laugh, and then I cried and kissed the ground, hugged myself and swore and prayed and shouted despair away. I washed my face in a puddle, wiped my nose on some leaves, threw stones at the startled sun and waves, went back to the car, pulled my boots from the boot, and started to walk back to the nearest pub, and then to the doctor and the clinic, and then, finally, here. To say, that day I learnt something about the greatness of little rocks and the size of my biggest problems. As the saying goes, I went away sadder but wiser, humbler but stronger. What became of the car? The Merc was a write-off. Axle bent, chassis buckled, suspension shot completely. It didn't matter. I got where I needed to be.